Dust on my Chevy tail, one suitcase, one good shirt, and a pocket full of mail. I learned to read the weather by the bend in the corn. Then I traded that river road for a train and a dome. Taller buildings, harder eyes, cold cash, cold skies. I held my breath, I held my ground. Then I heard that city sound. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Ticker runs red, learn the game by the minute, with a pad and a thread. From soybean fields to big deals, I can read a room. Every rise, every fall feels like thunder in June. Taller buildings, harder eyes, cold cash, cold skies. I held my breath, I held my ground, then I heard that city sound. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Back home they still call me son, still say don't forget where the fields meet the sunset and the nights get wet. So I keep one foot in the past, one on the floor. Every win I bring back is for the folks I'm for. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Yeah, I'm still that boy today. From the dirt road to the trade. Boots in New York. Hey. I bought that run too high, swore that chart was mine. Then the tape turned south and I felt that old hard grind. I seen the red come in on a trade I had to ditch. Took my pride off first, then I hit that exit switch. Ain't no shame in the stop if the plances get gone. One wrong turn won't kill me if I cut it off before it's long. Take a loss, boss, live to fight one more. Take a loss, boss, keep your boots on the floor. lane. Ain't no shame in the stop. If the plans just get gone, one wrong turn won't kill me. If I cut it off before it's long, take a loss, boss. Live to fight one more. Take a loss, boss. Keep your boots on the floor. If I'm wrong, I know it. I don't have to stay. Take a loss, boss. Trade another day. Take a loss, boss. Sunrise on the ledger. I can laugh at my own scar. A cut today ain't quitting. It's the reason I go far. Take a loss, boss. Live to fight one more. Take a loss, boss. Keep your boots on the floor. If I'm wrong, I know it. I don't have to stay. Take a loss, boss. Trade another day. Take a loss, boss. Take a loss, boss. Step up, step up, step up. Step up, step up. Step up, step up, step up. Saw the screen glow green. Thought I had the code. One tap, one grin. Then I doubled my load. Borrow time, borrow pride. Pushed it to the edge with my finger on the slide. Fresh white shoes on the shaky floor. One more click, I was asking for more. Big talk, big ring, thin as smoke. I was dancing with fire and I felt that choke.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Sound check, vibe check, mic check. Let me know if everything is good. Hello, Miguel. Good morning, Ben. Hello, everybody. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if everything is good. I have a great show for you today. We're gonna news straddle the GDP and PCE numbers against an amazing deal from Apex. Apex just came out with this ridiculous deal of a 5-pack, $85 for 5 accounts. I'm going to get some right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to log in. I got to log into my account right now. We're going to try and buy this and get ourselves. I don't know if you could mix and match, but if you can't, I'm going to buy Tradeabates today just to make it easy for myself. Hang on a second. Let me. Where's my authenticator? 159550. 159550. All right. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Let's just do this. Let's see if we can do this on a 5-pack. Did I have a 5-pack? This is interesting. I've never done this. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Very cool. Look at this. So we can go with a 5-pack. I'm going to buy 5 25Ks. This will, set us up also for, we're almost at the end of the month, so we can do NFPs with this as well, right? Okay, I agree with all these things. Blah, blah, blah. Make sure you're going to use our coupon. What is this? Why isn't this letting me? What happened here? Wait. Home. What did I just do? Okay, wait. Oh, coupon code. Okay, very cool. BK save. Make sure you enter that. This is a new structure because they used to be before it was different. Okay, so take a look at this. This is really, really cool. 85 for 5, 25Ks. We're going to try and get hopefully 2 of them funded today, and then we'll save the other 3 for NFPs next week. All right, so let's go next. Awesome. Look at that. 85. How nice is that? All right, I'm going to take this off screen so you guys don't see the credit card. Hold on, let me make sure I got this right. Come on. Okay. This is such an amazing deal. Wow. Okay, and I am in business. Okay, I'm in business, 5 accounts. So we're going to use 2 today to do a little bit of straddling. It'll take a little while for them to set that up. That's why I just did it right now to make sure that we have them ready for the show. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Carolina. Hi, everybody. Who else is in the room? Good morning, Ira. Nice to have everybody here. So we're gonna straddle the GDPs, but and hopefully get a couple more funded. But the really cool part that I'm going to show you is we had a really interesting coaching session last night, and I'll be the first one to admit it was very uneven in terms of my own performance. But out of the coaching session, you guys came up with 2 amazingly interesting ideas, which I then had a chance to test through Claude, and it's going to make trading dots and ICT order blocks so much easier, just so much easier, and so much more precise. And I'm going to go through those rules with you in just a bit, but it's minor variations. It's stuff that we already all know, but it was like very cool. We put everything together, or at least you guys kind of gave me some ideas, and I put it all together, and I did a whole bunch of tests, and the numbers are really, really good. A tremendously keen edge, pretty much most of the day, but for sure during like around 10 or 11 hours when this thing just totally cooks. So I'll give you a sec. I'll give everybody a second to kind of come into the room before I start. Before I start talking strategy and structure and everything else. We just started. I wanted to almost start like early today, and this is going to give you guys so many opportunities throughout the day in such a precise manner. You're going to love this with very, very small risk control. Like some of the drawdowns in this thing were ridiculously low. First order of business, don't forget, I just bought, the Apex came out with this unbelievable deal where you can buy a 5-pack. I just bought a 5-pack, and we can buy trailing. We don't care. We can buy the cheapest one because the way we trade totally, completely is fine with trailing. We never, ever going to get stopped out on a trail because of the way we trade. You can see that all of my, on wealth charts, you can really see it, how like we have all of our margin. Look at this. This is a 50,000 account. I have $2,500 worth of margin. I have more margin than I started with before I get stopped out, because we're always going to exit at the high or exit at the low. We just have zero trail risk. So we don't need to pay more money for end of day accounts because we can easily work with the trailing. But what everybody hates, we are perfectly skilled to create. So markets are a little choppy in front of the GDP, and probably it's wise to not do anything unless I get a really clean structure setting up, which I kind of am. All right, you know what? I'll take this trade. I'll take this trade. I'll explain to you what I'm trying to do. Yeah, look at that. It's working. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Right. And that was nice. We just took that little clip. I could have actually taken for the whole thing. So I'm cheating a little bit, but it was such a juicy little ripe trade that I really wanted to show you. So let me explain to you some very, very cool observations that people made yesterday in conjunction with all the stuff that we're doing now, that I think puts the whole trading scalping structure in a beautiful place. Although what we're looking at right now is not by no means a really good example of this, but it's a good enough example. So that we like the ICT order blocks as a general directional move, right? So whichever one, in this case, by the way, both of the order blocks. Let me just get rid of this for a sec. Let me get rid of the news. I don't even know. Both the order blocks are old. The sell is the most recent, and it's operating from 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's really, really old. You can pretty much ignore both of them. Fuck this. Look at this. Look how much money I left on the table. Okay, that's fine. Order block primary function is just to give us a key sense of direction, right? And I've been kind of torturing you guys with something what I call the pause candle trade, which is that once you have right now we actually have a buy block in the making right now. So now we're going to go orient ourselves to the buy side. And the idea here is, you have a candle, the candle that pauses, the one that doesn't make a dot. You take that trade, and then you go, and then you trade that up and down. You trade that in the direction of the buy block, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. But the really easy trade to make, the super easy trade to make, you can do this within the buy block or even as a counter trade to the ICT order block, is the pure dot trade. And what is the pure dot trade? The pure dot trade is this 1-2 combo of white dot, green dot, right? Now here's where it gets super interesting, because this is where I realized we're leaving a lot of money on the table, and where we could really, really do well. You don't need, as long as you have a white dot, green dot sequence, it doesn't matter if there's a red dot in between. It doesn't matter if there's 1,000 candles in between. As long as you have that 1-2 sequence, The green dot trigger is a trigger. It's a legit trigger, right? Legit trigger. So in this particular case, you have white dot, green dot, winner. White dot, whole bunch of, red dot crap, green dot, winner. The same winning trade works in reverse. Purple dot, red dot, winner. Purple dot, a whole bunch of shit, red dot, winner, right? The sequence is early dot, confirmatory dot, most of the time. I mean, obviously here, you're not always going to get winners. It's basically like a 74% trade on the first pass. But here's where it gets really interesting. If you get stopped out on the first sequence and a second sequence comes in, it is a 79 to 80% accuracy on a second sequence. So you could go size 1x on the first trade, 2x on the second trade, and recover and make all your money back on the second trade. And it is a 85% accuracy on the third sequence. So the more sequences you go into this structure, the higher the probability goes, which is very, very unusual. It just shows to the persistence of the trade. So that's one super clean way of trading this. And obviously, what's interesting is this is a sell block. So if you want to not trade counter trend direction, you could just not trade white dot, green dot. You could just simply trade purple dot, red dot, right? You could just trade with the trend. In this case, the dominant trend was set up by ICT. But if you want to counter trend, you could. It's not going to kill you. This counter trend doesn't work, but this counter trend totally works. That's the beauty. The beauty of the thing is it's really pretty flexible, both on a trend, on a continuity, on a trend continuity basis, and a counter trend continuity basis, which is very, very cool. What are the white dots and green dots for? White dot is an early indication of buying power, and green dot is a confirmation of buying power. Purple dot is an early indication of selling power, and the red dot is a confirmation of selling power. So you have early confirmation, go. That's the sequence, right? But that's just one super interesting scalp. And the second super interesting scalp is actually setting up right now. The second interesting scalp is when you are in the ICT order block. In this case, we're in the buy block, right? Any white candle is a potential buy trade. And the reason why it's a potential buy trade is because this is what we used to call the pull away trade. Like, it's not just that it, and by the, sorry, let me rephrase this. A white candle with a green dot, which by almost definition, every white candle is going to have a green dot. What that means is that the buyers are really, really ramping up momentum to the upside. They're doing it so much that they're pulling away from the moving average. So a white green dot candle is a great forecaster of the next 10 points. Now, this is where the final thing that I was going to tell you is, we were playing this around with using the top and the bottom of the candle, and it just becomes, because every trade is organic, it becomes very, very difficult to manage and kind of almost unnecessary in many ways, because you can just make a very sweet spot of 10 points target, 20 points stop, just a fixed stop and target, and 95% of all probabilities within this particular structure are going to resolve within that structure. And you don't need to get individualistic on each trade, especially when you're trying to do something manually and it's just, it's annoying and you're trying to figure out on the fly, how much R do I want to risk and so on and so forth. Just do 10 up, 20 down as a trade. Now, there's one final thing that I will that I do myself that I find very, very useful, and that's a risk control countermeasure. So I will take a 20 point stop unless, and this is a key thing, unless, by the way, look at this. We're, totally setting up over here. Should we just do it? All right, fuck it. Let me just buy it. Let's see if it's going to go. So basically, I'm triggering off this white dot or the white candle over here, right? This is just a kind of an early indication of a white dot. If I get a white dot, green dot, which hopefully is going to go a little bit higher, maybe I'll take that trade. Probably not, because it's already 8:15. We got 15 minutes to to the open, 15 minutes to the news. So I probably should be wise not to take it. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, if I get tagged out, I get tagged out at a very, very controlled 20-point stop. It's not going to kill me. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna cry about it. I can recover it very, very quickly. First of all, we got to see if this thing is going to work for me. So you have a white dot. Basically, this is not the trade that I'm triggering. I'm triggering off this white candle, this white candle, because that is a really good forecaster of the next 10 points for me as well. So the final thing in terms of risk control that I like to do, and this is truly a structure that shows up much more in the slow times during like London session and Japanese session, is if I find myself in this particular structure and I have not hit a stop, like let's imagine here, I find myself in this breakout, right? And I haven't hit my stop, but I get a counter trend counter trend dot. I will literally stop myself out early, because 9 out of 10 times, like right now, I'll just stop myself out early. It's unfortunately I'm gonna eat this thing. I'm gonna stop myself early, because 9 out of 10 times you're going to lose money, and you're going to lose much less money if you reverse yourself the other way around, right? So yes, it's not like every one of these things is going to give you a perfect setup. It's going to be a beautiful trade. Always, you always have to be mindful of the counter trend move. But 3 out of 4 times, these things are going to extend to your target without any encumbrance, without any barriers into your trade. I'm actually very glad that this came up as a counter trend dot, because this gives you a very good idea of how I do a lot of defensive trading. What this does, obviously, is it capitates my loss at much less than 1 to 2. It's a lot of times it'll capitate it even at pretty much flat, and I'll get out of the position flat. But most of the time, I'm actually looking for this, clean, clear extension to the upside. That's what I want. That's what I like to get. So you're going to see how cool this is as we clear the news and everything else. Oh shit, we got 15 minutes to the news. Let's set up I got to make sure that they created my accounts. Hang on a second. Make sure they created accounts. Oh yeah, holy shit. Whoa, that's so cool. Wow, they really created all my accounts. All right, let me show this to you. Look at this. They created all 5 accounts. Super, super easy. Look how fast that was. Look how nice it was. So this is 5 accounts for $85. Really awesome. As I was saying to everybody, go to Apex right now. BK Save. Go sign up for BK Save. Get the basket of 5. I bought these. Where am I? Am I logged in? Yeah, here it is. I bought the trailing, because we don't need anything else. Look at the savings. Look at this huge savings. It's an 90% savings with BK Save. Make sure you use BK Save as the code, right? Intraday trail, because we are totally fine with trail. We can buy cheap ones and totally operate within that environment. So here's the structure. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to, as usual, trade NASDAQ against S&P, right? And the key question that we're going to try to figure out is, which way do we want to lean? Do we think the PC is going to be hot? Do you think the PC is going to be cool? I think, given the pretty strong inflationary pressures, we got to bet on the fact that PCE is going to be hot, which means that the most natural knee-jerk reaction is to the downside, which means that the primary primary direction we're going to take is with NASDAQ, right? We want to go short NASDAQ. Now, the basic math is very simple. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 2 NQs on a 25K account. This is 25. If you have a 50K account, you just double this up. 2 NQs, 156 ticks, no stop. Okay? No stop. Long, short. Oops. Short. And we're going to do 3. Right? 3. So, because we're going to do, 3 ESs, 3 S&Ps, 42 ticks, no stop, long. That's going to be our news channel. So we're going to hedge our general negative bias with a positive bias in case there's a surprise, and see how things are going to go. Yes, they're running no activation fee. Hi, astrologer. Hi. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So is that clear? We're going to run 2 NQs, 156 tick, no stop. And I'm going to set that up right now. We're going to set that up in my 23 and 24 account. So let's go to the 23 account. We're going to choose NASDAQ. I'm going to choose NASDAQ for this one. And we're going to go 156, no stop. So we'll just simply, we can actually even do 152, right? Whatever, we'll do 156. I'm not going to cry about it. So this is going to be, we're going to sell this at market, literally 1 minute beforehand. And we're going to do the S&P. We're going to do ES. If you're using the 50 account, just double all the portions. 42, no stop. And we're going to go, that one, we're going to go long. We're going to hedge that against the long side. Now, maybe the whole thing is in line. Maybe there's no reaction, whatever. That's the whole point of the straddle. We give it a shot. This is really, really cheap accounts. These are the 2 accounts, 23, 24. So I'm in 23. The 23 will be short NQ. 24 will be long S&P. And just let it ride, baby. We're going to let it ride. Hopefully we can survive the drawdown. We need to make $1,500 against $1,000 drawdown. We'll give it a shot. We'll see how it trades. We got, how much time do we have? It's 7 minutes. I'm obviously not trading in front of this. But, if I was, just to give you an idea, what would be the natural trade here that I would be taking? It would be this purple dot, red dot, right? I'd be short over here. Obviously, this thing would just be floating. And I'm staying in this trade. Just imagine there's no news in front of me. I'm just positionally trading. I'd be staying in this trade until it either hits target. There's a white or a green dot to change direction, or I get stopped out. That's it. It's a super, super simple structure to trade. And you'll see, hopefully we'll see post news and everywhere else, especially on the open. I'm going to hopefully hang with you guys for a while today. You'll see how clean these continuity trades are in that particular structure. Let's put ourselves to the 23. Oh, you know what? Let me, trade evade. Let me log out. Let me log back in. Okay, so that puts us here, and we're going to we'll just keep it on 23 just for shits and giggles, because that'll be the account. Okay, questions. Let me see if there's more questions here in the room. If I'm using 50K account, You can use 125 ticks at 5 minis. Nothing quite divisible for a 25K account. Yeah, you could do using minis rather than micros. Okay. Right. Okay. Just to go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Just to reiterate, a couple of things going on here. Apex has this massive 5-pack sale where you can buy 5 accounts, which is what I just did. 5 accounts for $85. Not 1 account, but 5 accounts for $85. So they're dirt cheap. We're going to use 2 of them today for our new straddle strategy. We're going to go short NASDAQ, 156 ticks. That takes us to target, hopefully, on NASDAQ, and versus 3 S&Ps. Oh, you know what I need to do? Let's just do this. This is another thing that we need to do. I always forget this. So let's organize ourselves. So we're at 23. We want to go 2 NASDAQs, and we go to S&P. We're going to go 3s. So this is a 2-trade 156 no stop short. S&P is a 3-trade 42 ticks no stop long. So we're going to buy this one, sell that one. About 30 seconds. 30 seconds before news release. 30 seconds. I'm going to wait. I'm really going to wait till there's 30 seconds. And I may start the S&P to the long side and do NASDAQ secondly. It's fine. Maybe I'll do the S&P trade. Actually, sorry. If I want to do the S&P trade, well, I'd have to switch accounts. It doesn't really matter which account. But let's just say I'm going to start S&P on the long side, and then I'll switch accounts and I'll take a NASDAQ to the short side. Everything is preset, right? 42 ticks target, no stop, and 156 ticks target, no stop. Yeah, Ira says target is closer with 125 ticks. It is, but remember you are and you may be right. Your strategy may be better. I've been using this. It helps me survive the any kind of adverse, pre-market drawdowns, hopefully it's been working so far. So I'm kind of if it ain't broke, I'm not fixing it just yet. But we'll see. So we're straddling the news, which means that the NASDAQ, we think is going to be the dominant trade, we're going to go short. And S&P, which is going to be sort of the offset trade, the hedge trade, we're going to go long. A lot of times we're actually wrong. And I remember a couple of times, last time, the NASDAQ, which we thought was going to go long, failed. And the S&P is the one that funded us. So hopefully, the idea here is we're trying to get intelligently positioned in front of the event so we can get properly funded. So now we're at 2 minutes to the event, and at 30 seconds to the event, we're going to start placing those trades. Now, honestly, this could be in line, in which case it's a snooze fest. And the thing with these accounts is I don't win, lose, or draw. I simply stay in them. I kind of just because sometimes even if the news is blasé, the price action can be really, really good. Sometimes the news is really good and the price action is blasé. You never know. The strategy is just sort of, let it rip, give it a shot, and give it and see how it goes. That's really what it rests on, and everything else is up to the trading gods right now. So now we got a minute left. Now we can go to our Trade-Evate thing. 24. This is my S&P. We said we're going to go long S&P. So when we get to about 29, minutes and 30 seconds. We're going to go long. Just buy market. Don't get cute. You want to get into a trade. And then we're going to go 23, and we're going to go short NASDAQ. All right, we're going to buy market. And now we're going to go to the S&P, the NASDAQ 23 account, and we're going to go sell. And now we can watch the fund develop. Everybody pre-positions on the moves. "55 seconds, 57 seconds, 59. Nothing is moving. So looks like the longs are running a little bit. The shorts are kind of, then looks like it's a positive event, but like nothing much happening. Okay, we'll see. Looks like the shorts are we're gonna eat the shorts. We eat the shorts, and there's a modest, mild move on the longs. So what's the news? Oh, it's actually, look at this. PCE was softer. Look at this. See, a lot of times I'm very wrong on my assumptions. But we're going to stay. Let's just play this out. Let's just see if the S&P does anything for us. These are accounts that we're not going to manage. We're not going to trade. It's clearly not a lot of juice here. So this thing isn't popping. But maybe they're going to decide to rally. We need to rally about 10 points from our entry to make this a viable single trade structure. So sometimes I remember we've been in a trade where it took us like 10 minutes, whatever. Let's leave this alone. It's a little bit of a blasé event, which it happens, but that's why we we'll let them run. Okay, we will. I'll just let I'll let this thing do its thing. And we can now kind of trade post-event, which is interesting. So what's going on post-event? I can kill this. So the PCE was a little bit cooler. It's surprising. It's really, I wonder why the PCE was cooler. We can take a look at the news right now. And we're gonna wait. We're gonna just obviously wait. Remember I said to you, oh, you know what? Let's go back to my real accounts. Let's go back to my 71 account. Oh, and the other thing is I absolutely want to kill these tabs. You never want to, well, I have to leave this one, I guess, because I'm trading it, but you never want to be accidentally trading the big account, because especially in your funded accounts. So let's go to this. This is my funded. Okay, we'll trade my funded. Okay, here we go. And we can watch my funded. So remember I said to you, a white candle is a really, really high probability candle. Here, let me get rid of this. Usually a pretty high probability candle for another 10 points. So we're going to go, where's my MNQ? Buy market. Hopefully we're in the trade. Yeah, let me just put this in here, 72. Okay. All right, clean. All right, so we're in this is a legitimate trade. The pull away candle, does it have more juice to the upside? We'll see. This pull away candle certainly did, and and made its way. We'll see if this one holds, and if it doesn't, that's okay. The really, really cool part about this setup is that the secondary and the tertiary trade structures can give us really, really high degree of accuracy to resolve the trade. We're taking tiny 20-point risks on this thing, like $40 risks. We can recover them in a single trade. But let's see how it plays out. as I said, there's only two reasons I will leave this trade. If it stops me out, which obviously it very well could, because we may not have continuity, or I get a contra dot. I would get a purple or a red dot against this thing somehow. Almost zero chance of that happening. It's much more likely if this doesn't work, I'm just going to get stopped out of the trade. I actually want to let's take a look at the news here. I'm just curious what the analysis is of the PCE stuff. What did the market say? Durable goods orders were huge. That was another good thing. That's really, really, I mean, people are just underestimating the, and that's interesting. Personal income was low. So it's kind of two-way fund data. So PCE was lower, core was 2 against 3. That's very good inflationary wise. Durable goods is just I think a proxy for manufacturing, which people really don't understand how much of a manufacturing renaissance there is in the US. And maybe that's not a big piece of the US economy, but it has huge add-on effects. And this is one of the reasons why I think the economy is stronger than people think. Despite the fact that, yes, absolutely, inflationary pressures are really here. So interesting. Okay. So that's sort of like, the basic structure of where things are right now. We're in the white candle trade, targeting 10 points, still kind of floating. Let's see if we can get this resolved. That's slow price action, man. It's very, very slow price action. There we go. Come on. There we go. Come on. And again, so hopefully this makes it visual for you. The white candle is a good prognosticator of the next 10 points. The purple candle is a good prognosticator of the next 10 points to the downside. That's the key things, that we want to be looking at. That's what we're kind of thinking about. S&P is crawling towards our target here. Where's my exit on my S&P? Oh, I'm in the wrong count. I should be in the 24 count. I'm long at 25 and we're looking for 35. We're almost there. You know what? Let's take, we're very close to getting funded. We probably would have gotten funded, but within this zone, right? I'm literally $250 from getting funded. I can work with this. Now, it's actually a great experiment for us, because now we can just simply work this. Maybe that's what we'll try and do. Maybe we'll work this account in our pure scalping. Just take this account to our scalping structures. I'm sure it actually probably would have gone to target, but it's fine. Yeah, if those of you guys who are holding, you probably would have already got funded, or you're within 1 point of getting funded. But that's not the, that's the easy part. I'm glad that people are getting funded. Anybody got funded? Yeah. Should have done gold, Ben says. Well, Ben, we should have, would have, could have. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. You close them at 2,400 and 2,500 did the same thing. Okay, that's fine. So the point being is we can work this as a, by the way, look at this. It does go to target. we can work this as now a scalp structure. We can now work this as a scalp structure. And now, by the way, I can just kill the big ES. So there's no. I always try to kill the big account tabs so that I never accidentally hit them. So let's do this. Let's have fun. We're gonna go to the what was it, the 24 account? 24 account is within a couple of $100 of funding, right? We're probably not gonna be able to fund it on live today, but let's see, let's see how close we get, and let's, we're within reason. We're going to be trading this for $20 per trade, $40 per trade. Not a lot of risk, and just see if we can gently move it along. Couple of $100 pretty much gets us to target. May take us a day or two. May take me 3 days, but it's a very controllable situation at this point, right? Now you're going to ask me, oh, there's all these white candles. Like, do we take every single white candle? And the answer is no. Because like with everything else, you have duration, right? And the duration part of it puts you, at a greater risk. To me, I think the first 3 white pull away candles on the segment are really, really good structures, as is the case with the purples. Now, sometimes you're going to get a huge run. You're going to get 10, 11 dots in a row, but those runs are rare. And you could press them. It's not by no means a bad thing. But to me, by the third or the fourth run, you're generally going to run into a stop out. You're almost going to always run into a stop out. So I don't want to, I usually want to take the first and the second. So first one gets me 10 points. I take the second one for 10 points, and then I'm good. We actually took the third one, I believe. We took this one, which is fine. Took a little while, and it extended. But the principal idea is very, very cool because everything on the chart already exists. We just simply have to find those patterns, which was very cool because I think I actually didn't notice them, but other people in the room noticed them. And as a result, we can now have a very, very cohesive trading structure that lets us scalp to our heart's content. So a couple, as I said, those of you guys who are joining me this morning, a couple of tweaks to what we do. Just a simple 10-point up, 20-point down structure. Yes, 9 to 10 o'clock is the worst hour for this. It actually tested the worst because of the volatility. But even with the 9 to 10 hour, there was possibility for profit if you stayed on the side of the box or the side of the block, and you traded the white-green structure. You traded the well-designed filter. You don't get as many opportunities within this type of setup, but they're much better filtered and much better, much cleaner to see. So we will, we'll trade them as they show up. Right now, obviously, big run post news. It took a little while. And by the way, this is the reason I don't flatten out after the news. Remember, there's news, sometimes there's digestion, and there's this continuation. I didn't quite make the full continuation. I took 85% of the continuation. I should have waited maybe till 26.5, but I was like, it's close enough. Let's lock down this one account for a possibility to target and just run it that way. That's fine. So again, the two things that I want to look at is white dot, green dot as a very, very strong continuation methodology, and white candle or purple candle as our takeouts. We actually, what's surprising is I don't think I have any no ICT blocks at all showing up right now, and they may. I think it's a lot of it is just because of the way the price structure went. I'm surprised it didn't go. Let's go back to replay. What happened here? So we had the sell block, and I think the sell block got mitigated, and there was no. Yeah, here comes the buy block. So why is the buy block not disappearing? Okay. Oh, the buy block gets mitigated by another sell block, and then we don't get anything. So we haven't had any blocks. Okay, cool. So now we're just simply waiting to see what's going on. So we're just chilling. Who got funded? Who got funded on the on this chart? Just straight up funded. Gold just ripped. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this type of setup works super well on gold. And if you guys want to take a look, I'm actually happy to take a look at gold because gold has all these great setups. So gold is. So look what we got here. Oh, we have this on gold right now. Gold is actually setting this up. I actually don't have. I guess we should do $2, $4 on gold. I don't have gold set up right now, so maybe I should just. Maybe we'll add gold. MGC. I don't have it set up, but it's not a bad idea for us to trade it because I realize it has a lot of. So we do this maybe 2040, yeah, 2040. I don't know. Let me see. All right, I'm in gold. Where's my gold? I'm in gold over here. Let's see if I got into a trade here. Which account is this? 20. Oh man, how come it's not showing my? Why is this not showing my position? That's weird. So 30, I'm in at 32, basically, white dot, green dot, targeting 34. And I guess we got done. Look at that. Look how nice that is. So yeah, gold got done. Why is this not showing my position? That's weird. That's correct. MGC M6, right? Let me just add this. Gold can be traded in Apex. Yes, I'm trading gold in Apex right now. Gold is back in business. So this is like, gold actually is a super clean example of what I want to show you, right? We have the buy block. We have the white dot, green dot. I bought it over here. Why don't, hang on a second. Let me just add MGC. Oops. June. Okay, let's see if this is going to show up. No, is it? That's correct? No, it's not correct. What am I doing? What is the MGC M6? Is this the front month? Did I fuck this up? Let's see where gold is. Hold on a second, guys. Maybe I really screwed this up. GC CME quotes. It's been such a long time that I've been trading gold. Okay, yeah, June, the M6. That's the front month, right? No, it's not. Everybody's trading August. So we rolled to August. Oh, no wonder I fucked this up. Okay, we rolled to August, which is the CQ, which is the MGCQ6. All right, we're trading August. By the way, this is the trick. Just type in the symbol CME, and then go to the CME quote site, and whichever one has the biggest volume, that's the front month. So this is now the front month, right? Everybody got this? This is the gold front month. So we're trading August. So if we're trading AUGs, it's amazing. Actually, I managed to make money on this thing. We're going to, first of all, MGCQ. We're going to trade the AUGs. Right. Okay. And this is going to go to 2040. Where's my 2040? 2040. Sorry, 2040. Okay, 2040 on the OGS, and I want to delete this. Look at gold ripping, by the way. And now I want to add. It's been so long that I've traded gold. MGCQ. Okay, cool. There we go. See how smooth that is? Okay. What's the phrase? Yeah, we're on August, right? Thanks, Ben. Thanks. So yeah, I mean, gold is just a super clean. We took this trade, boom, straight up, nice win, right? And gold probably going to give us. Gold is really, really running. Gold we trade with $2, $4, just a nice, nothing complex. That's all with the reasonable effort to get this thing. Now we're already like 3 or 4 white candles to the move on gold, so we're not gonna get crazy with it. I'm actually, what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to this way, and this way I can switch between 1 and 2 very quickly, and see what Nasdaq is doing. Do we have any setups in Nasdaq? Still on the buy side, Nasdaq actually had a white dot, green dot setup over here. Would I have taken this? I probably should have, honestly. The only reason I'm hesitating is because this is like deep into the into the move already, so we could get a little bit of a correction. I'm going to pass up on this, but it's not a terrible idea. This is still a strong momentum. I really should take this. Look at this. Look how I'm pushing out. Look at this. I got to trust the setup. This would have been totally money had we taken it. But it did quickly turn. So anyways, point is that we can just sit around very, very calmly, wait until the setups start appearing. And this is amazing with Heiken Ashi. The problem with Heiken Ashi, Andrew, is it kind of Heiken Ashi is like not real candles, right? So you don't know, it repaints the chart. So it looks much better than it actually is in real life. Like run it on a trend forward basis, in real time basis, and tell me if you're getting the signals as they're supposed to play out. My one big problem with Heiken Ashi is that it repaints the candle, so it looks much better than it is. You just ran up with gold. Yeah. I mean, gold is actually, by the way, gold is like a super clean instrument for this. It's great. It's great that Apex is back on gold. It's great that, it's cheap money to buy these accounts. And it's really, really great that gold is gold, look at this. 1, 2, 3. This is just like all money. And I'm pushing out of taking the white candle trades. But with gold, you probably could go 3, 4 white candle trades in a row on a pure momentum basis. Because when we hit momentum, it's really, really sweet, right? Now we're just kind of, we're out of trades for gold here, but we just have to be patient until see what's up. Okay, so we have that white dot, green dot totally would have resolved for me on Nasdaq. Now I'm kind of just watching. I'm just watching, twiddling its thumbs. But this is really, you know how the Brazilians call soccer the beautiful game. Well, this is what I would call the beautiful setup. You have the block, you have the dots. It's just a pure momentum move, straight up, very, very little heat, and you're hitting them all. Oh yeah, Doug, thank you. I wasn't reading. I wasn't reading the thread because I was actually doing it because I wanted to show people how to find out what the front month is, so you can learn yourself. So if you're watching live, and if you want to find out how to get the front month, I just basically explained it to you. It's very simple. You just Google GC, which is the gold contract, or NQ, which is the NQ contract, CME. It will take you to the quote page, and you look at the quote page, and you look at one that has by far, like, it's the one that has the biggest volume. I mean, that's all it is. Once you see who's got the biggest volume, then you know that's the front month. That's the month everybody's trading, and then you just simply adjust your quotes that way. It's a super easy way of organizing, of finding out what you need to do. Good morning. Good morning. Who's new in the room here today? Anybody new straddle with me for the first time? Anybody catch the move to the upside? Where I took myself out literally $100 away from funding just because I pussied out. But almost everybody who held, you would have been totally funded. We're like within an inch of getting funded. So I'm just kind of working it the old-fashioned way by scalping my way towards the target. Ben says, look at the Globex code. Yeah, you could actually, obviously, that's right. That's actually the easier way of doing it. But it's a way to internalize what that means. Front month means the most active month. Active means the biggest volume. So you can just look at it this way. But it actually gives you the code right on the top here. We haven't done any trading with wealth charts today. We haven't had any trades yet. But by the way, this whole white dot, green dot makes it so much easier to trade on wealth charts as well, right? Because you can really see the whole setup. Let's see if anybody has any write-up about productivity shifts are hard to spot in real time. Higher productivity growth raises real rates. Over the long run, fundamental shifts in productivity are difficult to identify, blah, blah, blah. Does not cut the near-term policy, looks Treasury best to warn corporation states against paying Iran tolls, blah, blah, blah. Trump to ramp futures ahead of the open with some Middle East headlines. Islamabad will allow for Washington transfer Iranian uranium to Beijing under international supervision. All right, nobody has anything intelligent to say. Let me see what's on my regular feed. Yeah, guys, the Apex deal is really amazing. Go take advantage of it today. I told you, I bought the 5s. Everybody's talking about it on the feed here. I think they broke the bank with this offer. I bought 5, right? We're basically very close to getting one of those funded, so incredibly cheap. And I still have 3 to go, and we're going to leave those for the NFPs. We'll see how many, and that'll put me straight into the funding structure. Let's see what gold is looking at. Gold just keeps on. Look at the gold, just another white candle. Gold really loves this. Wow. Gold loves this this story, right? Oh, wow. You gotta love this. I think I gotta take this gold trade, man. Even if it doesn't work, it's so legit. What do we have? We're in the 26 account, 24 account. All right, I'm in the gold trade. Now it's finally showing on the charts. I probably bought the top, and I knew I kind of bought the top, but it's so impressive at how much of a move it is. Wow, Jesus Christ. Wow, it's really, really moving. Boom. I'm going to take this. Look at that. Look how nice that is. We just picked up a little bit more here. But that was really, after the 7th white candle, you only want to get so much movement. But it's running. I thought it was going to run to 470. It's really, really impressive at how much momentum there is behind this thing. Yeah, look at that. It would have actually taken me to profit. All right, cool. The way I like to scalp all my accounts is I just focus on the next $100. So what I'm trying to really get to is 26,300. That's sort of the target. After that, that's my job. And then I reset myself and try to go to the next $100. This is the best way to scalp, one step at a time. Yeah, Iris says that the 5-packs are 95 for 10. I just like trading the 25s. Andrew just took 170 on gold. Good for you, Andrew. Nice job. Everybody trading really, really well. Yeah, it really is ripping today. It is less than 30 minutes to the open. Things are slowing down a little bit. The gold finally coming off that big run. We're going to keep an eye on gold here today, because whatever corrective move is going to have, it will have a resumptive move. And, that whole white dot, green dot, resumptive move should really help us on the gold trade today. Assuming it has a resumptive move, like gold just doesn't even want to correct. It'd be great if gold starts to trade strong now, because it's going to give us just another instrument, like bring back the old days of January when we could trade this thing with a band. And it's also great because Apex now has gold back on the charts, so we can trade it all. But I want to show you actually just how well gold responds to this whole trade structure. Look at this white dot, green dot, right? Boom, clean trade, $2. So now you have a purple dot, no trade, white dot, no trade, purple dot, red dot. You flip this over, boom, clean, $2, right? Then you have, let's assume this is whatever, this is news, right? But this is news, and we go through news. This is news, it reacts. You have white dot, then you have green dot off the news. This is post news. You're well afterwards. You take this, boom. super clean. Now you have a buy block coming in here. You probably had a buy block over here too. White dot, green dot, boom, clean, right? Then you can start taking white candles, white candle, white candle, white candle. Just like basically every single signal here was a signal with virtually no retrace on the chart, like almost zero risk signals. Really, really clean. And gold is just a perfect instrument for this today. Everything kind of stalling right now, so we're just chilling. Yes, I'm using 2-4 as just kind of a simple, shorthand. None of these fixed numbers are exact, but they're good enough because the mean candle, like 1 minute candle in the S&P, is 13 points. So if you're 20 stop, you're outside of what would be called noise, and you're within that reachable target. I think gold, probably the mean candle is probably 2.5 points. I'll have to have Claude do the analysis. But if you sort of understand what is the general average mean movement or length of a candle, then you can create a shorthand for your stops and targets that works most of the time. Like the perfect stop and target probably is going to be like 1 ATR, 2 ATRs, maybe 1 ATR, 2.5 ATRs. But trying to figure out the half a point difference, just not worth it. Yes, Kay, Kay just sent me this image. Let me just put this image on here so you guys can actually see. Copy image. I wonder if I can do this. Hang on. Oh, look at this. Yes, we'll just put this on the chart so you guys totally, boom. This is a really, really good deal. I don't hump these deals a lot, but this one is really, really worth it. So we are, let's see what gold is doing. Okay. Gold finding that, resist over here a little bit. Here, I can put this over here too. We'll have it on both charts. That way when we switch around, you guys can see the structure here. So a little bit sellers coming in here. They're pausing the move here. Now, here's where all of you counter trenders can take some solace, because this is actually a decent counter trend structure. We have a buy block, right? We have all this incredible buying. If we get purple dot, red dot, and that's the big if, you need two of them, purple dot, red dot sequence, however long it takes, that's a legit counter trend sell sequence. It's a good, this is a much more intelligent way to fade the moves than trying to figure out, I have the highs, I have the lows, I have all that stuff. It really is built into the move. Poorly, I am using my own proprietary indicator that we wrote called dots, and then we wrote into that indicator the ICT order blocks, so it helps us run everything. So it's a proprietary indicator. It's for anybody who's part of my coaching. Let me give you the coaching link. Feel free to use. Look at this. So now we're getting purple dot, red dot, right? We are getting into that play. And actually, I wonder. I think I could trade off of Trading. Let's have fun with this. Although I want the 2040. I wonder if I have a 2040. Fuck it. Let's just do 2060 and we'll just adjust. Preset. $4. Okay. Sell. I'm short. Now it's going up against me on a 4. And actually, I want to, what would I come in at? 57. I want to be 61. All right, somewhere over here. I got a bad execution because I traded this off trading view, of course, because I got the shittiest execution, but it's fine. All right, let's see if this plays out on a counter trend. This is obviously a counter trend move, right? So, and I'm actually going to modify it a little bit more because I fucked up my entry and exit. So let's just see if we can just get this done. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Rock and roll. Never forgets. Okay, this was a very shittily executed idea, but the execution is not the story here. The setup is a story. That's what I was just basically trying to tell you. Had you come in properly on the good entry here, it was a 2-point move here, very nice and clean, didn't get much heat, and that was it. You had the perfect counter trend move. There was no oh, what if then? You see you're trading against a buy block. You had the momentum move, perfect, right? Just what I'm just basically trying to show you is that such easier way of trading. There, you're not measuring anything. You're just looking straight at the visualization of the chart and hitting it, just hitting the fucking thing, letting it complete. Right? Anybody take that one? We're entering always on the close. Yes, Michael, always purple, red, close. Because remember, it's not a sequence until it closes, right? The market always lies to you. So we have to make sure the market is not lying, right? Andrew said he got 200. For what? You took that purple, red? You took that money? Andrew's seems to be taking to this setup like a fish to water, man. What are you fucking trading, by the way? What size are you trading? Are you trading the GC on what tell us size of the account you're trading it on. Oh, you were taking the purple. By the way, so there is two setups within the structure. Either one you could take. They're the same setup, but it's the idea. You have the purple red dot. That's the money setup. But also remember, purple candle by itself is a forecaster of the next $2 to the downside. Just like a white candle is a forecaster of the next $2 to the upside. So you have the purple candle, by itself. Sometimes you can have a red dot, red candle. That's not quite as the same, but it's still the same, purple red dot combo. Just kind of let you know, just the nuances. You're trading 2025. You're trading $2 against $2.50 stop on the 1 minute. Oh wow! I just got done when the red dots show. You're front running the move here. Nice. All right. Well, good for you. But anyways, the point being is it makes it so much easier. By the way, now the other thing is, remember, the sell block is always, or the buy block is always going to be behind the dots. The dots are always going to be the reversal signal is always going to be earlier on the dots than it is on the sell block. The sell block then kind of is the longer term operating condition. Then it kind of tells you, all right, as long as we're staying below the sell block or above the buy block, we are in a positive trend, negative trend. Right now we're in a negative trend, but it's going to get busted. The moment this candle pierces the sell block goes away. So it's a very, very tenuous level of resistance because clearly gold is a machine today. It's an upside machine. So what I was saying to you guys is, if gold is a machine and we're going to get the resumption of the trend, then we're going to see the white dot, green dot sequence, and we're going to trade that as well. So we can watch gold for a while. Gold is definitely the interesting trade today. What's NAS doing? NAS, by the way, also had a fucking sell-off. We only take one at a time, but NAS would have been an easy sell-off here. Again, same idea. Purple dot, red dot, selling it off here, 43 all the way down to 33. Twice your target. So you can see both of these things. Should we put them? Should we go crazy and put? Should I go crazy and just do picture in picture? We do split view. Where is this? So this is NAS, and I don't have this here, so I have to do it this way. The thing I hate, well, we can just, you know what I can do is I can trade Evade off. I can trade Evade off the charts. Let me do this. So I'll just have Trade Evade here adjusted. MNQ. No. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to adjust my my Trade Evade so that I can control it off screen. Okay, so that's a MNQ is going to be a 4080 trade, and MGC is a 2040 trade. All right, cool. And now we have both of them. We can watch both of them. So this is now going to go watch gold over here. Now we can watch them both. So you guys can, it's tight, but at least you can watch them both, right? Everybody sees this? This is a better, cleaner setup for us. Okay, so the interesting part is this gives us a chance to trade two assets at the same time because we can spot conditions on both charts. So remember, I said to you, gold very likely going to have a resumptive signal. Resumptive signal is going to be white dot, green dot. We haven't quite gotten there. NASDAQ, on the other hand, if we get a purple dot, red dot, that's a continuity signal to the downside. So we can trade that to the downside as well. So we'll see. Let's do that. I have Trade Evade off screen, so I can place trades on either one of these instruments, and you guys will be able to see them. What are the blue bars? The blue bars are kind of like the buyers coming in off of, it's a red slope, and the buyers are starting to, trying to make a stance. These are just, if you look at the, I'll send everybody, I just want to watch the charts right now, so I don't have time to send you the link. I'll send you the auction theory webpage, and you'll see exactly what the blue bars and the orange bars mean. And see, look at this. Look at NAS. NAS is a purple dot, red dot structure. 51 seconds left, right? To my left. And if it holds, we're going to be selling NAS. So far, no. But if it closes red, we'll sell NAS. Nine seconds left. I'm going to wait for this candle to complete because it's a very thin candle. I want to make sure it's real. Nope. See, it disappears. That's why I wait for it to complete. It wasn't a very definitive candle, so no reason to rush the trade. If they're going to sell it, they'll sell it on the next candle, and we can trade it. Trade it from there. It's all fine. So the beauty of the setup is that it's such a fluid, easy setup. You don't have to rush it. Very, very clean, definitive when it comes up on the charts, and very clean, definitive when it doesn't. And the whole point is that you don't take it when it isn't there. Makes it really easy. So I feel like now I'm going to be back to my true degen mode. We're going to try to trade two assets at the same time. All the bad habits coming back. This is really, you guys got me. You dragged me right back into all the degen habits now. I was so good at just staying on NAS, but now we're gonna trade all the opportunities, not just one opportunity, but all the opportunities to make money. Good morning, everybody. Who's new in the room here? Come say hi to me. Ooh, look at this. Look at NAS reversing. Look at gold reversing. So NAS has got a white dot, green dot, absolutely legit. reverse signal. Hopefully going to bust that sell box for us. 42 seconds left. Let's see if it holds. Got to hold. Definitely going to wait on this. Gold is also giving us a white dot, green dot. So we have another minute on gold. So we don't have to rush back and forth. We can sequence ourselves out. 12 seconds on NAS. That candle holds. We're going to go long on it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're long NASDAQ. And now we can take our direction towards gold, which is also moving. White dot, green dot. If that holds, we'll see if that plays out. Easier for you guys to see. You can follow both of the trades here. 20 seconds left on the gold trade. So far, not giving us the dot. NASDAQ retracing back down. Was it 920? So it's kind of losing its steam. Remember, if I get a red dot, it looks like I'm going to get stopped out anyways. But if I get a red dot, I was going to stop myself out short, but early. But I don't think I'm going to need to. Unless I don't get stopped out and this red dot stays in place. Like if we're in this frozen position, I will stop myself out and actually reverse myself to go the other way because this is a purple dot, red dot structure. But let's see what happens actually. Meantime, gold definitely giving us a play. I'm going to focus on gold just for now. And we'll worry about NASDAQ in a second. Let's see if gold wants to give us that burst for thirst. Gold doesn't want to do anything. And I'm going to exit out of NASDAQ and reverse myself, sell it. And again, I will be, if I get a reverse signal, I'll stop myself out. But now the only thing that's going to take me out of this trade is either a stop or a white dot. But for now, I've reversed myself because I now have a purple dot, red dot sequence. I'm just looking at the sequences because that's where the market is telling me the flow is. Still watching gold. May take a couple more candles, but we'll see. We'll see what gold wants to do. Watching NASDAQ out of the corner of our eyes. This is actually kind of cool. I like watching two assets at the same time. It helps pass the time. Angel says too close to the open of market. It's 9:23, 7 minutes left. Well, let's see what. We could be Chop City. You're right, but again, the cool thing about this is because you're starting, such small sizes, and because you have a lot of confidence in eventually resolving this, you can scale up on the trades on the next signal. Obviously, not just randomly, but on the next signal with higher confidence that one of those next setups is going to resolve, right? gold actually starting to turn negative now. And if gold gives us a red dot with legit reversal signal, we're going to take that. Let's see what it wants to do. We are 6 minutes to the open. Five minutes to the open. Now I have a white dot on NAS, which, if it stays in place, invalidates the setup and takes me out early, which is fine. Gold is setting up a white dot, green dot trade here. 28 seconds left. We're going to watch this carefully. I'm going to try to manage both, but I'm going to focus on gold right now. $11 seconds left. All right. I'm long gold, and I'm going to get out of my NQ. Thanks. I'm out of NQ, and I'm long gold. And we'll see where the gold takes me, because now NASDAQ is giving me a white dot, green dot trade on NAS, and I'm going to follow this. I know it's like 3 minutes before the open, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to try and trade this continuity. $21 seconds left on this. $11 seconds. Let's make sure the candle holds. All right. All right, we're long NASDAQ on this trade. See if NASDAQ holds. I mean, we can easily get whipped out. Gold whips us out a little bit. Now, gold goes purple dot, red dot. So now we can set ourselves up on a larger scale on gold the other way around if it holds. Let's see. Watching it from the side. Gold comes right back up, just kind of stops us, tweaks down, stops us out. So we'll watch the next trade. NASDAQ stalls, but that's natural. NASDAQ reverses. That sucks. I'm getting caught in the pre-market open chop, trying to show you the setup, but it's fine. I don't care. I'd rather show you, the setup. I know I have scale to go, and this is, who cares about this account? It looks like I'm going to get tagged on this account. I'm going to have to go larger size on this account if it's taking me to level 3 here on this account. 1 minute before the open, and I'm getting a sell signal. It's a tough trade on NASDAQ, but I'm going to do it just mainly because we are, I just want to show you the scaling structure of this. NASDAQ gold also has a sell signal. 13 seconds. If NASDAQ stays on this signal, I'll be short. But let's see. It's gonna be right into the open. I understand that the flip could be really, really bad. So nope, doesn't hold. Gold doesn't give us anything. So we're going to stay stationary. Wait for the next structure to take place. All right, NAS is back to yeah, it's the bullshit candle. That's right. That's right. But it's a white dot candle. If it's followed up by a green dot candle, we gotta play it. Nasdaq just basically shook us out a couple of times, which pre-market is absolutely normal. Here comes the secondary candle, green dot here, really moving hard through the open. We'll take it if it completes. I will take it. As hard as it is going to be to chase this crazy ass thing down, up. I'm going to wait until it closes, and then we're gonna take it. Gold has a red dot candle also showing up here. Obviously, a lot of vol, and this is obviously a very dangerous trade, but we took it. Let's see if it can resolve. 92, 102. Nah. It's going to run out of gas. Let's see if it can get up to 102. There we go. And we're back in business. And gold now is setting up for a white dot, red dot trade. So we're going to go to gold. If this red dot holds, we're going to short gold. So it took us, we got very badly chopped. This is a good example of how you get, in the worst chop conditions, you can still survive it and still, kind of thrive against it. Oops, gold. Fuck. So, all right, we're short gold on this. Let's see if it's going to work for us. Here, I'll switch over to gold here for this one. You guys can see it. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's see if it's going to work for me. So close. Gold gets done, and we're back in business. Signals, signals doing what they're doing. Signals are signaling. Let's go back to NASDAQ on this one so we can just sort of organize ourselves. But gold cleanly resolved. NASDAQ took us 3 or 4 tries to kind of resolve it, but it did because of its very, very choppy conditions. But I wanted to take you through the whole cycle. I wanted you to see the whole cycle, you understand the whole cycle, understand what it takes to stick with a cycle on both sides. Now we're looking at NASDAQ purple dot, red dot. If NASDAQ goes the other way, we start our whole cycle. And gold on the other side, maybe giving us a purple candle, which will also start a sell cycle on that. So it's very cool. Now I'm actually going back to the one cycle on both because I don't have to do anything large now. Theo says buy NASDAQ at the open. Yes, we did buy NASDAQ at the open. Thanks, Theo. All right, the buy block is mitigated. It means blown up. Oh, here's gold. Join. Oh, fuck. This is the only problem is we're trying to trade two things. So I'm short gold, and it's very hard. The thing I hate about TradingView is you can't run it in two containers, so you can't really see it. But I'm short gold at 4451, and the target is 4449 off this purple candle move, right? So we'll see if it comes down for me to this 4449. Looks like it's going to. I'm going to just take the. I'm just going to take the trade. So I took the trade in gold. And does it come down? Yeah, it would have totally come down to the thing. And again, this is just the purple candle cold. Remember, I told you that purple candles are good for the next 10 points in NASDAQ, good for the next 2 points in gold. Now, oh, shit, NASDAQ. Fuck. This is the only thing I hate about trading two fucking instruments at the same time is, it's really hard for me to focus. But anyways, you get the idea. You get the idea. And, boom, 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 boom. And you see how I'm just resolving these fucking trades over and over again. And, we're easily coming back to all of our targets. Really, really cool, right? I mean, just so cool to be able to unambiguously have the signals, have them working. I just don't recommend what I'm doing right now. I like to trade one instrument at a time, zone it in, lock it down, fucking, P&L it and run it. It's just much easier, much easier. Yeah, purple red is great. Thanks. I know, Andrew. It's totally, totally cool. All right. Taking a break here. Who wants to say hi to me? Who's new in the room here? Tell me where you're from. Say hi to me. Tell me, we're going to do the AA. My name is X and I am a scalper. We're going to, do a degen detox. Astrologer, how's your scalping going this morning? I hope you guys are killing it. Theo's coming from South Africa. Nice to have you, my friend. What is it like? How far is what is the time now? Is it like late night in South Africa? What's time in Johannesburg? Time in Johannesburg. Fuck. How do you spell Johannesburg? Yeah, it's 3 in the afternoon. That's actually not bad. Oh, you're like you're almost on Paris time. Wow. I didn't realize that's so wild. I had no idea. That is so crazy. I never, look at this. It's 3:37 in Johannesburg. Paris is like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I think. Wow. I didn't know. That is so weird. No, look at this, Paris. You guys are in the same fucking time zone. That is so wild. Am I right? Holy shit. That is a truly trivia question. Time in Johannesburg. Yes, 3:37. Holy fuck, you guys are 6 hours ahead. I had no idea. Who would have guessed that South Africa and France are on the same timeline? I had no idea. That's so wild. Holy shit. Just a different season, yeah. Paulette from Bahamas. Nice to have you. Ramzo, hi. I will be sure to give Kathy your regards. You're not feeling it today? Just chilling? Dude, man, get in touch with the dots. I'm telling you, you're the biggest dot proponent. Trade what I'm showing you. I think you like it. Have some broccoli, Mikey. You'll like it. All right, we're going to bust that sell zone in gold. I really feel like gold is going to do a resumptive trade again. So we're gonna watch gold out of the corner of our eyes. If I get a white dot, green dot, we gotta get long gold if we get that resumptive trade. NAS is chilling near the VWAP. Not much going on here. We will we'll watch it carefully here. Gold coming back. They haven't quite busted the sell block in gold. NASDAQ super flat. Not much going on here. Oh, nice to have you in the room, Alfred. South Africa, Cape Town. Cape Town is beautiful. It's one of my wife's favorite towns or cities. Okay, Ramzo. You're always welcome to come to our trainings. Awesome. So I was watching the corner of my eye at NASDAQ, and I was like, it's a purple dot. I mean, it's a purple candle. Really should be shorting it. But I'm like, it's near VWAP, and I'm pushing around. But actually, look how good a trade this would have been. 93, super easy. It just goes to show you, don't doubt yourself, right? Doubt is like the single biggest barrier for all of us. We just don't doubt your setup. Doubting it. Like, there's always an excuse not to take it, right? Fuck me. All right, purple dot. Purple dot showing up in gold. Gold is not mitigating the sell block. Are we starting to sell? What's going on over here, friends? No, I did not watch the marathon. Oh, you're asking Alfred? Astrologers waiting for the NQ VWAP trade reversal. Again, the greatest thing about kind of like what I told you about, counter trend trading is we don't need to rush it. White dot, green dot on NASDAQ. Same thing, by the way, white dot, green dot. I guess we're both in sell modes now. White dot, green dot is where we want to be on counter trend trading. White dot in gold. White dot in aisle 1. White dot in gold. First step in our multi-step process towards the resumption of the uptrend. 5 seconds. We want to see white dot, green dot for gold to make it a play. There's the VWAP reversal for you, astrologer. Buyers come in right at VWAP. See if they want to hold it. Coming right back. Gold not I think it's time for another espresso, boys and girls. All right, there's no signal on either one, so perfect time for me to make the espresso. All right. Okay. Purple dot on NAS. I mean, purple candle. Got to, NAS stays purple. We got to short this. Win, lose, or draw. This is a signal. Got it. Remember, I kept telling you we got to stay with our signals. Got to stay with a signal. So, The only thing that's setting up right now is the NASDAQ short side. So we will, if it holds, we're going to sell it. You guys noticing that the 30,000 kind of acting like a pretty nice resistance on NASDAQ here, right? Okay, we'll sell NASDAQ. Maybe it's going to go against me. Maybe I sold it too. I get it. Again, execution wasn't great, but okay, whatever. Okay, another white dot on gold. Gold coming right back for us. Sold right into the bottom into the VWAP hold, which is okay. If it turns back around, we'll totally reverse it. Meantime, gold showing us strength here on the white dot. So let's see if they want to run it back up. Oh, look at that. Took me out and comes back on the thing. In the meantime, gold showing us a trade. So we got to go long gold, short NASDAQ. Well, gold disappears, but the NASDAQ stays true. So we're gonna get bigger on NAS here. Espresso is gonna have to wait. Oh, let's see. NAS has got to hold the purple candle. This, by the way, is exactly what Claude flagged at 9 o'clock. The retrace trades. You have the direction of you're going to get stopped out at 9 o'clock trades all the time. Just the nature of the beast. Okay. I was short again. Come on, baby. Fuck it. I really wanted that good execution. I did not get that. All right. It's retracing me. This is the 9 o'clock terror hour where we all get retraced out. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Rock and roll never forgets. Let's go. Come on. Oh, fuck me. See, that was just a matter of like having 1 point better execution on my entry. Let's see if it's going to. There we go. All right. Gold back, NASDAQ back in business. Now I'm still focusing on gold. I want to see that white. I want to see that green dot on gold. And I want my espresso. Okay, come on, baby. Oh my God. You guys hear that espresso machine? It's like, it sounds like it's dying. It's because it's pulling power against the 6 monitors and everything else in this room. I think I must be just draining the pull here. All right, I'm going to put it out of its misery in a second. Okay, there we go. All right, baby. Espresso ready for the 10 o'clock hour. I'm ready to go, boys and girls. Still waiting for a fucking green dot. Give me a green dot in gold. Gold, baby. Let's go. Everything just kind of died. Who's following me on the whole, purple candle, white candle thing? The continuity candles. Anybody trading that with me? We got to go back in. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta trade this again. If it goes purple, it's not so far. I don't know what it's doing. No, it's not. All right, I'm going to leave this one alone, even if it gives me a purple signal, because it's like very, very mediocre. It looks like it's kind of dying out. Watch this thing work, though. Watch the trade work. If you take it. Okay, finally getting a green dot in gold. Oh, but it disappears. Let me focus on gold. Still no green dot, but gold is definitely gold definitely looks like it wants to go a little higher. And see, look at that. That finally did give us a purple dot, but I had my focus on gold, so I did not. If I had executed this, probably would have worked. 31. Yeah, look at that. Would have totally worked. This is, by the way, why I like to trade one instrument at a time. But I'm doing this for you guys today. I'm going to double focus and half the effort. All right, gold, green dot. Finally. Show me a dot, baby. Ooh, look at this move. Fuck, look at gold move. Look at that move. Jesus. Was there news? Is there? No, it's not news. This was it 950? Whoa. That was a big sweep up. 8 seconds left. All right, we're just going to be very, very patient on gold here. All right, I'm in gold at 61.7, looking for 63.7. I guess we can switch over to gold here as a structure and come to poppy, come to poppy, come to poppy. Let's go. 63.7. That's very, very extended. Ugh. See how much, gold is just a herky jerky trade. It's like 7 or 8 levels in one sweep. NASDAQ is reversing big time. NASDAQ's got a white dot. There's that reversal astrology that you were looking for. There's that reversal. You know what? I'm just going to get out of gold. I'm going to get out of gold because I want to work the NASDAQ trade. NASDAQ, of course, the moment I get out of gold goes target. That is why I like to trade one fucking thing at a time. But it's fine. Those of you guys who are staying in gold, good for you. You made your money. I showed you the setup. You guys made the money. Look at that, straight up on the gold thing. Now, NAS, buy block. Let's get serious on NAS here. Look at that. I just took another candle to extend it. But who took the gold trade with me? You took it? Good for you. All right, watching NAS, guys. Let's see what NAS wants to do. Are we at a point where we want to reverse? The white dot, green dot is the greatest reverse signal. It's just so because it takes a while. You really do build up steam. Like right now, you see it's coming back down. If you were just chasing that trade right away, very often you get reversed. But if you get a double continuity like this, you have a lot of confidence that they're going to run it. We're going to bust the Gonna bust the buy line. Look at that. NASDAQ not loving it. Not loving it. Trying to see if NASDAQ wants to rebuild, make another run towards the 30,000. Gold chopping around. I guess everybody ran into ceiling levels at this point. Waiting for a white dot on NAS. White dot, white dot. That's not a trade for us. White dot, green dot is what we need. Let's see if we want to run it now. Yeah, view is in control. You're right, English. All right, 26.7 seconds left. Green dot holding. Let's see if it's going to make a play for us on NAS. We're going to wait till the candle closes because this is a very, very small candle. It could, at the very last minute, disappear, as we've seen so many times. So we're going to be very cautious with this. 3, 2, 1. It holds. We're long. We're long on NAS. Target is going to be 30,002. Also, white dot in gold. So we'll see if that plays out. Widen out. Candles are so small. I'm trying to widen out the screen for you guys so you guys can see it. Green dot in gold too. $11 seconds left. NASDAQ is dying on us. All right, that's fine. Meantime, let's trade gold. No, oh shit! I just missed gold. I closed my gold trade because it did not materialize. Okay, everything looks like it's just faking out. So the next setup, whatever's the next setup, we're going to scale up in NASDAQ. Gold is reversing. If we get a second green dot here, we go large. That's fine. I'm totally cool with that. This is the beast that is 10 o'clock. It's the move and retrace beast, but eventually it's going to find its direction. And when it does, we're going to ride it. Another white dot, so not a trade. Unfortunately, that would have been a really nice big breakout trade. So we're going to give it some time. So they faked us out and they ran it hard to the upside. Happens. This is very typical of 9 o'clock trades. They like to whip us out. 10 o'clock. Is there news on the? Do we have news here? Let's see. Headlines. New home sales 622 forecast 6.6, previous 6.8. New home sales really slowed down a lot. Okay. Watching gold here now for the reverse side. All right, purple candle, red dot, and gold. Got to sell this. Oh, shit, sorry. I'm late on my sell gold. I'm in at 56.5, targeting 54.5. I'm not going to show it to you because I can't change screens so fast. But it's 56.5, 54.5 in gold. There we go. Okay, I'm just taking it a little bit early at 54.7, but it did go through. If you held that trade, it went through. All right, focusing on NAS. We need to scale up on NAS. Gold went down hard. Gold is actually responding really, really well to our signals. You guys watching it on the right hand of the screen? That's really working well. All right, purple dot on NAS. NAS is just really dancing around the VWAP. It's having a very hard time trying to find directionality. All right, purple dot. I actually have a purple candle on this. Kind of tempted. Let's just do it for shits and giggles. I'm gonna sell this NAS on the thesis that every purple candle is a signal to us of further downside price action. I'm probably going to eat it this time. It's just fucking chop city here. God damn it. Ugh. But I don't care. I wanted to kind of test this out. But the real trade should have been purple dot, red dot. That would have been the trade. I'm catching myself in chop, and it's pretty obvious that the signals are not durable. But the cool thing is, if this goes green dot, we should be able to get some direction here. So let's see. White dot, green dot. Maybe we're finally going to get some direction out of NAS. Maybe not. Look at the chop, guys. From this is like the most brutal time from 10 to now, basically like the last half hour, literally just Death Valley for any continuity trade, just pure Death Valley. That's why, stay patient and you stay small. All right, let's see if we can get a green dot going here. Through the 30,000, but very, very barely. 28 seconds on the clock. Let's see if you want to run this. Five seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, in the trade. And we're done. So that was good. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, no. I fucked this up. Sorry, guys. Let me take this one more time. I screwed up screwing around with my thing. Let me just see if I could. There we go. That's the trade. And now we're done. Okay, then that worked finally, and it's a good example. I'm fucking around with a lot of trades because I just want to show you the setups as much as I can. I wouldn't necessarily have taken the purple down and all the other kind of stuff. The classic trades, the ones that I really, really have confidence in, you can see they're working very well. Same with gold right now. Gold is doing a white dot. If gold comes back with a green dot confirm, we're going to take that to the upside as well. So let's see if we can make that one happen. All right, gold's got a green dot, 44 seconds left. See, that's finally pulling away. The other great thing is once that turn trade happens, it's actually good for a lot more than 10 points. And you can really, really press it. All right, here comes gold. Let's see if we can get an extension in gold. 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm long gold at 64.3. The target is going to be 66.3. We're done. And I'm done in gold. You see, just boom, 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 boom. When you have the great setup, you just fucking kill it. When you have the shitty setups, you can take them small size, or you should just not take them at all. But this was. Let me just mark them for you. Here, I can just mark them on the charts for you. You can see them. So here's gold. Look at gold, by the way. Look at gold. Look at the move on gold. Just insane. Yeah, I'll put the execution marks on there. You can really see it on the full thing. Look at the execution marks. Look at us here to here, just massive, massive move. And honestly, if I was off screen, I didn't want to, I didn't want to show you my bad habits. I would have been 2 lots on this, or at least 1 lot. This would have been a $200 trade for me easily. I had total confidence in this thing. And the same thing with NAS. Once it turned, I had a half lot on this. I would have done easily full lot on this move once it turned, because it was so obvious it was going to work. So anyways, the most important thing is I really wanted to show you the setup today, so you guys can absolutely practice it to your heart's content, and hopefully you guys like it. Anybody take those trades with me? Yes, no? All right, let me go get rid of the execution marks so it's nice and clean. Miguel, good job. Pretty easy, right? Pretty easy trades. Really good trades. All right. Sell block. Actually, I can't believe the sell block didn't get mitigated. I guess just missed it. Probably the next run up, they're going to try and knock out the sell block. Gold reruns back up to that 470 level that we were, when we first started. Remember, I told you there was going to be a resumptive trade, and there was. We just had to be very patient for it. This was the resumptive trade. The white dot, green dot up. Remember, I said this to you. We're going to do once we hit those things, we're going to look for a resumptive trade. Well, look how good this was, by the way, at keeping you out of false turns, false turn, mildly true turn, and then finally true turn over here. The really true turn. Really, really good at keeping you out of false turns. All right, one more sequence if we can find it, and then we will wrap it up for the day. Good job, Chris. Is my white dot, green dot helping you on the NAS? I hope so. All right, let's not forget, guys. Let us not forget the NASDAQ. Oh, look at this moves. Look at these moves. What's going on? Is there news? This looks like news, guys. Holy shit. This looks like news. All right. Wow. All right. Let's see if we get a. No. Maybe not yet. No. Maybe just a big move. But you see, like the white dot, green dot, if you're a positional trader, if you're a gold trader, backed up by the ICT order block, you could have just killed it. So you followed today? Look at that. Look at you, Chris. Aren't you the straight A student? Do you not get the golden apple today? You followed it much better than I did. All right, so white candles all over the place here. I don't even know where I'm at. Sorry, guys. Oh, fuck, I really wanted to trade this. Sorry, I'm just distracted, and I didn't get my chance to come in. I really wanted to trade the NAS and the golds. Anyways, you guys know the setups. I'll leave them to you. Kay is already bothering me to get stuff done. So I'm going to have to run. Tomorrow, Friday, just chill. We got like 9 o'clock, maybe 9 to 11. Totally chill day. I really, honestly, guys, one of these days, I kind of really want to do like I gotta figure out when we can do this. Like London, 5 o'clock, where we don't do any talking. We just fucking trade, play a little music, and 5 to the prime time for all of these setups is 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Actually, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. in London. Like those are just great times. There's a lot of people in Europe for whom this is a good time. A lot of people in Asia. I kind of really want to do that, that session, just hang out with you, where we're just chilling. We're not even fucking talking. But I'll have to schedule that because I think that'd be so much fun. That would be so much fun. Yeah, great trading gold, right? Gold just totally works. Sabra loves his gold, man. Sabra loves his gold. It's the other thing is that I like to trade one product at a time, so it kind of helps me focus. Anyways, guys, don't forget the 5-pack in Apex, awesome. We got NFPs coming up, so get a few of those. We're gonna try to run these accounts to fund it, and otherwise everything is copacetic. Everybody have a great day. The setups are really popping off the charts today. Once we get them, just got to be a little bit patient. Thank you so much, guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see everybody tomorrow for basically Chill Friday. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.